From Changama, Mombasa, to Hayaga in Kakamega, from from Kondela in Kisumu, ladies and gentlemen, all the way to Nairobi. This is Dr. Ofweneke Live, of course, coming live on Dr. Ofweneke TV on your YouTube channel. And of course, we are shooting from Nairobi's only place that you can get the best of coffee, food, drinks, and a good channel point for your meeting and just a hangout. This is Pitts Cafe, of course, on Up Place in Nyangumi Road. And of course, taking care of our production and making sure that we're all looking good, of course, on TV is a Ticklet Media. And of course, dealing with our marketing, our communication, of course, our PR is YOLO Creative Agency. Ladies and gentlemen, they call me the one and only, the eagle himself, your host, Dr. Ofweneke is my name. And today, I don't want to talk too much because, man, this is the only gift that God has. This is the best gift God gave us. I'm telling you, what more would you ever ask for if not for this lady? You have followed her on social media, of course on Twitter, and of course she's the woman that many women, yes, fear to be, or fear to harm, or fear even to talk to. But for us, she is the true defender of the boy child. Ladies and gentlemen, a political scientist, and of course, one of the most astute, intelligent women that I've ever met or even watched or even having to read what she types. And of course, let's also not forget a good master of the English language. Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen's language. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Maverick Aoko.
Now that is a befitting introduction.
Thank you so much.
Singular honor and pleasure.
You see, and even my English is not that bad. Let me ask you, let's get straight to it. Do you hate women?
Hate is a strong word.
Talk to me. Please enlighten. Today I'm your student. I just need a pen and paper. I'm at your... Talk to me. Teach
what
me.
I do is I excoriate my generation. I critique, I criticize them.
Why are they failing? Because me, I'm tired.
My issue has been with the commercialization of relationships. Women now see relationships or men as avenues of poverty elevation. It's not us. It's not what an African woman stands for. And somebody got to tell them the truth. You know, we complain so much how we've been sexualized, you know, commodified, and we're doing it, we brought it all upon ourselves. And somebody has to, you know, make us smell the coffee. If you want respect, you earn it.
Come on.
Yes.
What is
if
feminism?
you degrade yourself.
Is that commercializing all this? Is it what has brought out feminism? Actually, what is actually feminism even? Maverick, let's just start from there. Because now where I am, all I know is, I don't know, I'm confused with what feminism is.
Yes.
All I know is that I don't want my daughters
to be a feminist.
I have 3 girls who I love.
Yes.
And I protect their future like nobody's business.
Yes.
What is feminism?
Even in the Kenyan parlance, every single woman that vaunts of being a feminist cannot answer that question. Now, when it started as a movement, it started in the early 80s when women like Lucretia Mott and Elizabeth Cady Stanton were fighting for the 13th Amendment, the right for women to vote. Now, they got that. In the 60s, 1960s, it became a push for women to have the birthrights. So you can have contraceptives and have a say over our body. But now women achieved everything that they were seeking for. Now, feminism is just the right to pee while standing like men.
Wait, but let's take it slow. So when you say talk about contraceptives, the right to use contraceptives, so does it mean that is it for true that truly ladies are in control of when and who they give birth for?
That's a fact. That's a fact. And actually, single motherhood has become a cash cow. No modern woman is going to get pregnant for Dr. Ofweneke.
Wait, Mary, I come on.
But they're going to get pregnant
that
for
part. Edit that part. Of course, I have 2 women. I have 2 women.
You have several baby mamas.
I have 2 women who have given birth to my children. So as you say, yes, sorry.
Yes, like I was mentioning earlier,
Yes.
that even giving birth has been commercialized. They get pregnant for a broke dude, they're going to flash it. They get pregnant for a rich dude, they're going to use it for child support.
So do you feel like this thing about child support, Is it fair, especially if the girl is just in the house and waiting for the money to come, and this guy is hustling up and down simply because he lost a case about child support?
It's unfair to the men folk.
Yes.
And I guess that is why it has to come from a woman. Motherhood should not be a burden to the man. And fatherhood should not be made to feel there's more to fatherhood than just providing the money. You discipline the child, you mentor the child. Just check statistics of kids who have grown up without their father present in their lives. Actually, that if you cannot provide money, then they're going to buy you from seeing your child. It's preposterous. That is why we have riffraffs everywhere, because kids are not being brought up by their fathers.
What is that having? What is that situation having an effect on the society currently?
The caboodle of nitwits,
Kabul.
charlatans,
Yeah.
boys who are emasculated, especially the boy child, women who are bitter with men, because they never saw that father figure.
So there's a void, there's a vacuum.
There's a
that has been
lacuna.
left. There's a.
That one.
Ladies and gentlemen, you better be watching this interview with an Oxford dictionary next to you. There's a laguna. Oh, I think she.
I thought you're studying to be a learned
No,
friend.
I'm
You didn't
trying to
get to
translate
that.
to them. I'm trying to translate
Alright.
to them. Me, I understand. There's a vacuum that has been left. But do you feel like probably women are punishing their baby daddies or their husbands for the sins of their fathers?
That could be so. That
But so
could
how
be
do we
so.
solve this? How do you go around this?
We need to have honest conversations around this. They call it controversy, but it's independent thinking. It's being honest. It's facing the society with the kind of truth and honesty that they want to share away from and throw under the carpet and under the rug. But these are conversations that we need to have. And when you're having them and you're outspoken about it, they term you controversial.
So who is a good woman? Is it the one from the village? Is it the one in the city?
Who is a what?
Who is that girl? Who is that one perfect woman we will marry now? Is it the one from the, because
Perfection is a mirage, but decency should be upheld. An African woman was a decent woman. An African woman was a hard-working woman. In Maasai land, the women were building the manyatas while men went hunting. In other communities, the woman would go and till the land. The man will bring something to go along with the cereals that are going to be produced.
some bushmeat or something?
Yes.
Today,
The African woman was not a lazy woman. The African woman was disciplined and demure. The modern woman sees that woman as one who had been enslaved. Decency is not enslavement. That is why there's an influx of single women, because no man wants to marry this caricature that you have become.
so to essentially today woman is shisha, shorts,
I tell you,
road trips.
she's so good at applying makeup. She's so good at quaffing liquor. She's so good and so invested in bullshit, cannot have any meaningful conversation, has no self-respect, has no self-regard, and openly sells her body in the name of my life, my choice, YOLO, and all this other bullshit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ofweneke live, Maverick Aoko exclusive, right to Dr. Ofweneke TV. Pete's Cafe is where the bullets are being thrown from. Many women ask. I've seen a lot of women normally ask, even under your tweets and even other interviews we've done on the on other shows as well. People ask, who hurt Aoko?
And that is the thinking of the very shallow-minded.
I'm listening.
It is the acme of foolishness when honesty is being deemed as being hurt.
So you're just making it clear that this is how things.
I am not in the business of likability. I am in the business of excoriating my generation, because somebody freaking has to do it.
Somebody has to come.
I
and talk
owe
about
it to my generation.
True, and I'll agree with that.
Yes, I owe it to tell them the truth, especially in this epoch where no one wants to hear the truth. If you tell the truth, they're going to brand it with this feminism, or misogyny, bigotry, mansplaining. Oh, come on. What's that they cannot even decipher?
I'm really enjoying this. What's your view on polygamy?
Oh. In modern terms, they're going to say it's cheating. But I say it's devolving love.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're too weak for this show, then you better skip the ad and move to the next interview. This is Dr. Ofweneke Live. It's not called cheating. It's devolving love.
Yes.
You're receiving bullets right now.
An African woman is such a splendid man to just be owned by one woman. So what's going to happen to all these single women around?
The United Nations have done the research.
And you know, what boggles my mind is a modern woman will refuse to be married as a second wife, but will go sleeping with somebody else's husband in the name of sponsors and mubabas. Where is the sense in that?
The irony.
Tell me about it.
So polygamy is actually African.
I'd call it the solution to some of the anathema that you're facing. Single mothers, single women, just go married. Go get married. I don't know if she's still the deputy CJ.
Right now the CJ is Kome.
Kome?
Yes.
Her deputy?
Her deputy, but I think after Nancy Baraza, people have never known much about the deputy CJ anymore.
This Kamba lady is the deputy CJ of the Republic of Kenya, is married as a second wife to Amos Wako. So who are you? Some illiterate riffraff telling us you cannot get married as a second wife. Who are you? Educated women are doing. Sabina Chege?
Second wife.
So what's special about you?
The beautiful TV presenter on KTN.
Mary Kilobi?
Atwoli.
Third wife.
Third
Wife.
Not even second. She was like, I'll pick my number 3 bronze. And I was settled with it.
Pick your struggle. Either settle or resign yourself to ending up when you're in your 40s and your 50s. You are cuddling your cat, calling it sweetie, and that battery-powered boyfriend.
Would you be married as a second wife? Third wife?
Gladly.
Fourth? What are the rules of being the other woman?
Know your place. And the African culture has always given the first wife. In my community, Luo,
yes,
there are certain things that cannot happen without the authority of the first wife.
That is Luo and Luya as well.
I tell you, akisema kuna kulima hii mwaka, utakufa njaa.
Nyumba mzima mtakaa hivyo.
So that is the power that even our culture has given the first wife. Know your place. Probably this woman met him when he couldn't even wipe his ass properly. She built him. So know that she made him the man that you came to admire.
She made him attractive enough for you. So please respect her.
Amen. What more do we need to add? Facts speak for themselves.
You're making my time. Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness. I knew it was going to be hot, but not this hot. Let's talk about you as a person. You come out as a very, straightforward, collected. You know yourself. You understand it.
Kanda is my currency.
Come on.
Kanda is my currency. I'm ruthlessly candid. How you're going to interpret it? Your latte at Pete's.
Free advertisement for Pete's Cafe. Do men feel a little bit intimidated by you?
I get that.
So are you dating?
You want me to call him?
Please do.
Where's my phone?
Please bring her phone. Yes. This is interesting. This has never happened on Dr. Ofweneke Live, and we're about to do it. Call that guy. We need to know who is this man with 3 balls. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. In the comment section, we can see this is Dr. Ofweneke Live. And of course, an exclusive, never been heard before, never been done before, questions never asked before. Live on the show. Of course, Maverick herself on the show. Hey, we are calling Maverick's boyfriend, eh? Yeah, we need to know, who is this man who has enough courage and confidence?
My man.
Is he in a meeting?
Probably.
Ah,
A serious engineer. Oh,
You can't, it's engineer and above.
my goodness.
Who is this man that you will never date? People are always asked, who is your dream man? Or who is this man that you would never think of?
He's not picking. I'm a sapiosexual. If you're intelligent,
Same WhatsApp group?
if you're smart, oh my goodness, I don't care if you're Mkokoteni pusher. We'll push through life together. Smartness never fails people.
You'll always stand out in the crowd.
At the end of the day, it will get you somewhere.
Who approached the other between you and the engineer? I'm pretty sure on this one, it's you did the approaching, it's you did the first date. It's you. I'm pretty sure the first one who said, I love you.
No, my feminine ego cannot allow me. I'm a well-bred African woman.
So you have a feminine ego. I was waiting for it. I thought it was on a taxi. So you have a feminine side. Wow, Maverick. So
Listen, there's a difference between femininity and feminism. Femininity is womanhood.
Enjoying the being.
Yes. I'm a woman in every definition of the word. But feminism, it's bullshit, propagated.
I'm going to ask
by
you.
women who are starved of intelligence.
So who
They
approached the
don't
other?
think. He did, of course. I hope he picks. Hopefully, he's going to call back before
Hopefully,
we end
yes.
the show. Yes.
Listen, babe, call me back. It's ASAP. It's an emergency. Just to text him, eh?
Yes.
Baby, we need to talk. Just tell him we
Everyone
need to
fears
talk.
it.
Trust me. There's a day my wife texted me, baby, we need to talk. We were living on Mombasa Road. There's no day I wished that traffic would increase times 3. I was like, now what? When you get there, she already talk about us getting a new dog. I was like,
A chihuahua.
all this was about a chihuahua, kind of. So I was adding up, kind of nonsense. How do you deal with, because I'm pretty sure he has sisters, you've met his family.
Yeah.
And his sisters, if he has sisters, how do they perceive you, knowing that you're very strong in terms of protecting and, of course, upholding the dignity of manhood?
They're older, actually even older than him. And you see that generation of women, they still have sense.
I get you.
Yes.
I get you. So you actually have found a place for yourself
Settled,
in the table of reasonable ladies.
I tell you.
Is there hope for this generation? Do you think is there hope? Is there a way we can save it?
My wish is we could be more open to conversations that are uncomfortable. We don't want them, but we need them. We need to examine ourselves as women. It will be foolhardy, Dr. Ofweneke, to say that women have not gone through bottlenecks. It will be very stupid and foolish of me to sit on this seat and say women have never had it rough. We have. But things have changed. We have been emancipated. We have been empowered, but we are abusing it. Go to any institution of higher learning, you'll find that the number of women is higher than that of men. Actually, there was a study that was done by, I don't know, it was which organization in this country that found out that there are more women who are employed in Kenya than men. We've made strides. Look at the nomination seats. Most of them go to women.
True.
We are being empowered left, right, and center.
I mean, there's already a women rep position. Then the other slots have also been open once again.
For both genders. For both sexes. Why don't we seek to be better? I was tweeting the other day that I read the biography of Phoebe Asio and how that woman single-handedly beat the KANU machinery. And you know how KANU was during those days.
Yeah, it was not such an interesting.
And then there are people like, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention names.
No, it's okay.
Like the Karen Nyamus, who is given a platform in a DP's rally. And you know all she can say? Si tunataka chumeadoshi. Wamama tumesema tunataka chumeadoshi. Already you have commodified yourself as chumeadoshi is what you want.
That's the only thing.
How are people going to take you? How are people going to take women seriously for these seats? We talk about things like finances. Tell me a gender that is able to mobilize financially than a woman. The Kamweredos, the Chamas. So women can actually mobilize finances and use it and channel it to a candidate of their choice. I always ask them, if women are the majority of voters, why aren't they voting for women?
The Matakaruas and the Ngilus of back in the days. And even
those are women who, even in their death, posthumously, they're going to command respect.
I still respect Professor Orerogo Manduli until today. An amazing, strong woman.
She sold her intellectual wherewithal. She sold her political acumen. She did not go to working. That's the only thing she can sell.
I think when we were celebrating COVID getting done and cafe being removed, I saw some ladies now who started celebrating on social media that I had missed shaking my...
Then how do you come and complain that men are treating you as sex objects?
You're a brand. How you sell yourself to the market? We are sipping drink. Whatever you are, you're sipping. We are sipping your bundles as well, because you cannot turn off on this one. As we almost, so I asked if there's hope. So how do we actually get into trying to correct? What do we need to start applying in the today world to start correcting some of these things that...
Our religious bodies are failing us. Our older generation, I think they have resigned themselves to this generation like... Because you're going to teach them, they're going to insult the hell out of you on Twitter. You're going to say something uncomfortable but which they need to hear. They're going to insult the freak out of you.
In the name of being woke.
We need brave people. The religious bodies need to stop this gospel of 310. They need to go back to teaching us.
Revelation.
Yes. Parents need to start being parents. Raise your kids. Raising your kids is more than just providing financially. Teach your kids. Mentor your kids. It's okay, don't be the cool parent. But I'm telling you, one day, they're going to thank you. Tell me as you're seated there, don't you think looking back at the man that you've become and seeing how, your mates are around you, you're grateful for the discipline that you were raised with? This
is what I normally say. And I think we come from the same generation. Our parents were not our friends. And they understood their job description. Your father is not your friend. Your mother is not your friend. The community and the society was not your friend. By the time the report gets home of what you've done wrong in the village square or in the market has already dealt with you. By the time you arrive home for a dessert.
I'm so disappointed in this generation of parents. There's a day these online whore, you call them Shakila. Socialites are whores, by the way.
Socialites are whores, okay.
Slay queens, socialites, they are whores. They're women who just, excuse me. Kuomoka is being independent with my sorry.
I'm loving you. I loved you before I met you. I will love you after this interview. I will host you again.
Hiyo ndio kuomoka. Ingine ni kujiuza kwa soko. The only difference between them na wenye wako Koinange is where they ply their trade. Kwa social media, sijui anaitwa OnlyFans nini. Job ni moja, kuuza.
So this corporate whore versus...
Thank you. You'd call it that. So she was on Radio Maisha, and then the mother was there with her, saying how she's the manager of this girl.
I didn't see that one.
Go and check Radio Maisha interview.
Debbie Aisley Faith, you're watching your father. this is me, your father. I will kill you.
Shakila was being interviewed by the end. She was saying how she has this 98-year-old grandfather somewhere. You know, these men that need to be jump-started, you know, can die on top of you kind of thing. And the mother was there saying, I am her manager. I almost cried. You know, have you ever wished you were deaf so you don't get to hear something?
Wait, hold up, hold up. Was I in the bathroom, water got into my ear?
She's 19. Known for nothing other than nudity. And the mother is celebrating that. So you see that and you see women complaining. And you're bamboozled, like, damn, are you guys for real?
I'll need to go and look for that clip.
Please do.
I didn't watch it. The first and the last encounter I ever had of her was during the Knife Fest. And she tried having a conversation with me, of course, the whole starstruck thing. But to me, I didn't see a superstar. I saw a young girl who I needed to...
confused young girl that needs direction and probably a little bit of spanking.
Of course, she's getting spanking.
But the... yeah, the orgasmic one.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we almost finish, this is Dr. Ofweneke Live, of course, live on Dr. Ofweneke TV. Subscribe because it's about to get hotter. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting an exclusive, of course, of Maverick, the one and only. Now, as we finish up, my God, the elections are coming. Mm-hmm. What is your picture of who do you want to see, the kind of people being sworn in after August 9th? What is this picture of leaders that you want to see being sworn in as a political scientist?
There's a lot of rhetoric that is going around, that is being bandied around. But I think the onus lies with us as the voters to sieve through the bullshit and get to the crux of the matter. As Ofweneke, what do you want from your leader? Deviate it from your tribe, deviate it from these all other...
The favors you might have enjoyed on a closer...
trivial leanings. Think about yourself, and I'm glad that you're a parent, and I'm happy that you're raising daughters.
Yes, proudly.
As a man, what do you want from this leader? We're talking about socially, we are talking economically, we are talking stability, and every pertinent issue that is close to your heart. I think if we went that route, then we will go for people who are, forget these, you know, the loud ones, the big names, you know, the dynasties. And if only we were capable of interrogating the same, that is why Hungary elected a comedian. They interrogated facts. And they say these jina zingine kubwa kubwa.
Look at Madagascar. Madagascar got in a DJ.
Look at that.
Philippines might be getting in a boxer.
I tell you. Liberia went for a footballer.
Though George were kind of, but all in all, for the sake of the conversation,
I need to hear what you have to say about George Weah.
No, George Weah, I feel like there was so much...
What I like about him is his determination. When he first started, you know, he's not nascent. He's not inquate in politics. When he first started, his detractors used to rubbish him as illiterate. That guy went back to school.
Chambua the vitables like nobody's business.
So you have doubts about my capabilities as a leader just because of papers? I'm going to get those papers.
If it's papers that is going to impress you, let me get the papers.
Yes, but I'm speaking if we could for once stop seeing things from the lens of my tribe, my person, and all this bullshit that sometimes entangle our minds every election cycle.
Some irrelevant ownership. We're like, to it.
I ask, okay, I want to be honest. I'm a little bit, I have a leaning somehow to the hustler movement. But I'm always told, sukuje nyumbani. And then I asked them, if Rao becomes the president today, and I have nothing personal against him, of course, by all means.
I mean,
of course, I've interviewed him once, but I guess he's been interviewed by
a million people.
People whose calibers dwarf mine. But then, now Liza, apart from that tribal prestige, ya mtu wangu ameingia, unga itakuwa different Kiambu na Nyanza? Unga itakuwa bei?
It's the same.
So what is this person offering other than ile tu prestige ya aluo tumetafuta hii kitu, mtu akwambia ametafuta hii kitu na anaenda kulala Korogocho tu kesho.
So after swearing in,
ameitafuta yeye na nani?
Ladies and gentlemen, those who are ardent fans of the show, of course, you know we already passed our time. But of course, this was worth it. Parting shot, as you Malisa. From the heart, speak it.
Elon Musk has a company known as Tesla.
Yes.
Do you know where he got the name Tesla?
Hey, this one has passed me. How comes I didn't know? Yes.
An intellectual that was called Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla said, the day that humanity will realize the potential of women, life will never be the same again. Now, what saddens me is like that intellectual saw the wherewithal of women centuries ago, but modern women have refused to see their potential. We are more than this thing that I called a conglomeration of muscles and mucus. There's nothing special about it.
Hey, you're hurting us, man. You should ask us.
Let me tell you. In fact, you men that are now telling me I'm hurting you, it takes you 1 minute. You don't mean from penetration, I'm going to enjoy it, even if it lasts 50 minutes.
Yes.
You're going to enjoy it for 1 minute.
And I'm done.
Yes.
And from there, I go back to thinking about my business and my next guest on my next show.
Yes. So the women of your generation, they understood this. That is why that generation gave us the Phoebe CEOs, the Grace of Gods, the Martha Karuas. What is this generation bringing forth?
Shakila.
And Sidikas.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And Nabarois. Kuna mahali watanipeleka?
Hey, Okanyala. This is Dr. Ofweneke TV, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ofweneke Live. It's been an exclusive of the one and only, the Maverick herself, Aoko, of course, live on the show. Saying it like it never been said before. I told you this show is a big guest, big conversation, of course, with a big host. Thank you so much to Pete's Cafe, making sure, of course, our lips are well lubricated to have this conversation. And of course, live at the Arc Place, of course, in Nyangomiro, plus all the other branches, which of course are live on the screen. Thank you so much to Articulate Media for making sure our production is crispy at Santenis. And of course, handling our marketing and our PR is the YOLO Creative Agency at Santenis Sana. And to you who has been subscribing, thank you so much for making this show grow, making this show become the most popular current YouTube show, talk show, of course, in the country, of course, in the internet. Asanteni sana, God bless you so much. Whatever you're watching from, thank you so much to all Kenyans and those who don't know Kenyans watching from diaspora. You guys are amazing. We are indebted to you. Asanteni sana. Keep on subscribing, keep on sharing to the blogs who wait for Dr. Ofweneke Live for them to get stories. Also, big shout out to you. Tuko.co.ke, Mpasho, Kenya, Pulse Live,
Jalango TV.
Jalango TV as well, my big brother Asante Sana. Right now he's not even watching the show. Akoko ana stress ya Nixon Korin. I would have said see you next week same time, but of course, see you every time you watch this episode. Asanteni Sana. Thank you so much for offering your bundles to us. And those who are also sitting in a place where you're borrowing some Wi-Fi, it's now time to return back the password. To all the ladies, mwah, to all the men, you can sort yourselves out. See you. Dr. Ofweneke is my name, the Eagle himself, the Duke of Kakamega.
Wait, the what?
Yeah. The Duke of Kakamega.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're going to